Monica. Hey, don't ignore me. You've got the invitation for the wedding, right? Please let me know when you get it. I don't know your new address, but I really wanted to invite you. I'm sure you resisted a change of address. I sent it to you at our parents' address, so it should arrive on time. You haven't come back home, so you got it, right?
It came, but why did you send it?
Because I want you to come to toss in my wedding, of course.
I'm the last person you should invite. Have you forgotten what you did? I don't want to attend the wedding of my younger sister who took my husband, and my ex-husband who shamelessly cheated on me.
Come on, don't be so resentful. Don't talk to me about took and cheated. It wasn't cheating, it's pure love.
Either way, I'm not gonna be there.
No, that won't do. You're like a behind-the-scenes star who mustn't miss the moment of the new beginning of her happiness.
I don't understand.
Even if you don't know what I mean, you should still come. Because you know, our wedding is costing a handsome $300,000.
What?
Wasn't it $20,000 for yours? He's spending over 10 times more on me than he did on you. The difference in the amount of money clearly shows it, doesn't it? I'm really loved.
I didn't want to have a very fancy wedding, so he took that into consideration and came up with an amount of money. I thought it would be better to spend the money on the rest of our lives than on a wedding.
Wow, what a miser. I want to see your jealous face at a $300,000 wedding. So I guess you'll have to come, sis. Even if you reply to the invitation with a no-show, I'll make sure we have a seat for you. The wedding is costing $300,000, so the congratulatory gift should be worth at least $5,000.
I said I'm not going.
It is mandatory. I've gone to the trouble of inviting you, so please be jealous and frustrated on the day of the wedding. Myra, it's been a while. It's Morgan, Todd's younger sister.
Morgan? It's been a long time. It's been almost 7 months since then.
I'm very sorry about that, my stupid brother. He caused you so much trouble, Myra.
No, it's okay. My sister's also a very insane person. I'm sorry for that too.
By the way, you already got it, didn't you?
You mean their wedding invitation? Yeah, it came. My sister even politely sent me a text to confirm that I received it.
May I ask what you plan to do on the day of the wedding?
I'm going to pass. She said that it's mandatory that I attend, so they may have a seat for me whether I'm there or not, but...
I'm sorry to ask this, but would you mind attending?
What? Why?
Can't tell you now, but there's something I'd like you to see. I'll also have a bodyguard to keep my brother and Eric away from you.
So you'll be there too, right? I heard that you're the only one in the family who sided with me during your divorce, and that's why you have been cast out of the family. Attending their wedding would be like jumping into the middle of the enemy territories. Are you sure?
My father told me that the groom's sister not attending is out of the question. Well, I got up the courage to turn it around to my advantage.
You're going that far to let me see something?
That's right. I'll tell you the whole story before the wedding day. Please come.
I understand. I'll be there. There's no way I can say no to you.
Great. Thanks so much. Well, look at this. You actually came. You're the loser who lost your husband. Don't you feel embarrassed or something?
You're the one who said I had to attend. If I didn't attend, Mom and Dad would never let me hear the end of it.
I don't care what the reason is. I'm happy as long as I can see my sister's jealous face.
Hey, I'd like to ask you something.
What is it?
Why did you steal Todd? I knew you were longing to marry into wealth, but you didn't have to steal your sister's husband just because he's a business owner. It would have taken a little time and effort to get Todd to feel that way. It's healthier and easier to find a boyfriend who's single, don't you think?
Well, of course it's because I couldn't let my sister marry into wealth before me.
Huh?
Mom and Dad say it's common sense that the prettiest girl gets married first. Todd's parents also said that I would have a better chance to giving birth to the heir to the company than my sister, who's now in her 30s. With the support of both sides of parents, I'm going to get a golden opportunity and marry Todd with pride. You're older than me and ugly, so you deserve to have your husband taken away.
What's that?
Attending the gorgeous $300,000 wedding knowing what you know now. Like a custom-made wedding dress and tiara. I'm gonna show just how much I love by Todd. I wonder if you'll cry with jealousy when you see me and him looking so happy. Maybe it'd have been better if you had just shut up and attended the wedding without asking any questions.
Maybe it's none of my business, but is it okay for an employed in person to spend $300,000?
Huh? Who's unemployed? I don't get it. I mean, I don't have to work. After all, I am the celebrity wife of a company president. Well then, I have to get ready. So, I'll see you later. Good morning, Myra.
Good morning, Morgan.
I'll get right to it. I'm going to do it during the reception. After you've seen what's going on, take advantage of the chaos and leave the waiting hall. If you feel you're in danger, you can leave before then. You'll have a bodyguard, but I don't know what the insane bride and groom will do.
Got it. Morgan, be careful.
No way! Why? Todd? He's not the president anymore?
Todd's sister Morgan, an employee of his company, blows the whistle. The groom has been forced out of his position as president and is set to be terminated. It came to light that he was using his position as president to play lavishly with the company's money and name. Is what it was, right? The president fell into unemployment in an instant, didn't he?
What the hell? She's a president's sister, and she's accusing her own brother?
That's because it wasn't enough for him to cover his expenses for your dates. He was even trying to use company money to pay for the $300,000 wedding today. Wouldn't that be unbearable to watch as an employee? The amount of money he embezzled seems to be huge. It's not surprising there'll be talk of dismissing the president or firing him.
Huh? This is the first time I've heard that it was company money. The boss just used his own company's money for his own wedding, right? What's wrong with that?
Even the boss can just go and spend company money without permission.
Huh? Because it's Todd's company, so the company's money belongs to Todd, right?
No, it doesn't. Do you know what embezzlement is? What Todd did is a crime.
Huh?
He was held accountable for it, and he was forced out of his position as president.
You didn't have to say anything at the wedding. It ruined the beautiful ceremony. We spent $300,000 on a gorgeous ceremony. You mess it all up. You're unforgivable.
I don't think it's the time to be worrying about that right now.
What the hell? Sis, please tell me your address.
What?
I'm going to get a divorce and live with you. I don't need Todd if I can't be a boss's wife. And embezzling means he's a criminal. I don't want to be married to a man like that.
You stole him from someone and now you don't want him? You're way too selfish.
Because my in-laws, they don't have the wherewithal to raise the $300,000 for the wedding. So they want me to pay for it myself. Mom and Dad moved away so suddenly, I don't even know where they went. I have to rely on my sister now.
Why did you think I could help you?
What? Because you're my sister. As a sister, you're supposed to help me, right?
If we were sisters who never had any problems, it would be possible. Have you forgotten what you did to me? I always thought you were a little flaky, but I didn't think it was this bad.
I haven't forgotten, but I'm getting a divorce.
You can do whatever you want, but you're mistaken if you think you can rely on me.
Why not? So your cute little sister can go out on the streets?
She ain't cute.
What?
This is the last time I'm going on and on about this. I have never forgiven you for what you did to me and for your betrayal. I don't give a shit what happens to you guys in the future. You deserve what's coming to you. You're on your own.
Sis!
Even if you find out my address and come here, I will never help you. I won't help you no matter what.
Sis! Wait! That's terrible! I apologize! So forgive me!
Bye-bye forever.
Myra, it's been a while.
Morgan, I was worried because I hadn't heard from you at all since the wedding. I was afraid my family might do something to you.
Sorry to make you worry. Actually, I'm in England right now.
England? Oh, to get away from the chaotic family? That's a brave step.
There's a reason. The man I've been in a relationship with for a long time is British. I'm going to marry him and live here. Oh, of course I took the proper steps to several times before I left the country.
I see. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Is everything okay with you, Myra?
Yes, I'm fine. No problems. Neither Todd nor my sister seem to have time to look for me. But I see, living abroad. If I stayed in America, there's a chance I might run into them somewhere.
Overseas are considering it?
Well, yes. Actually, I've just been asked by my company about an assignment to the Japanese branch. To be honest, I wasn't sure about it since I'll be there for the next 20 years while being offered a promotion. But after listening to your story, I'm wondering if that's a possibility. I'm starting to think it may be. I'm gonna try to think positively about it as a fresh start.
If there's anything I can do to help you, please feel free to contact me anytime. If it's okay coming to the UK, I'll do anything to help you to be happy.
Thank you. I wish you happiness too, Morgan. While my move to Japan was being finalized, first of all, my sister was not allowed to get a divorce, and she and Todd, along with my in-laws, had to return the money that had been embezzled. I heard that she was thrown into a strip club without discussion. She's now working every waking hour. Also, as for my parents, who I thought had successfully escaped, just after all the procedures were completed and I came to Japan, my parents had an accident at the place where they moved to, leaving them with disabling injuries. Due to this, a battle broke out between my parents, who wanted my sister to earn a living while taking care of them, vs. my in-laws, who didn't want to lose their breadwinner to pay off debts. It seems that an ugly fight with no end in sight is still going on. I am so glad that I left of the country.
Please help me, Mac. I'm in trouble. I can't stand it any longer.
Ivy, some emergency?
Yes, it's a huge emergency. I'm being bullied by your mother.
What?
The house is a mess and I'm having a hard time. I have to have food delivered or buy it at convenience stores.
Is that an emergency? Well, why don't you just clean up and put things away, or cook in the kitchen?
My mother-in-law won't do anything.
Huh?
Ever since you left, she seems to have lost motivation and won't do the housework. Just because the dearly loved eldest son left and was replaced by the second son and his wife? Don't you think it's cruel to take it out on the son's wife when the mother-in-law is the one who doesn't want to do the housework? I can't stand the thought of living like this for the rest of my life. I have to do something about it right now. So, it's an emergency.
Ivy, wait a minute. Don't tell me you are gonna make my mother, who has a limp, do all the housework.
What?
You wanted to move in with her in the first place, but you didn't like the idea of living with me. You are a married brother-in-law, right?
Well, it's a little strange for a 30-year-old adult to stay at home forever, isn't it? You must feel guilty about clinging to your parents' house so long, right?
Well, I agree that you have a point. I left the home on the condition that you would take care of the housework and Mom.
Huh? Wait a minute. Didn't your mother do all the housework up to now?
Mom wasn't totally mobile, so she did as much as she could, but the main housework was done by me. My sister's married and lives far away, and Sam has a job that requires him to travel a lot. I stayed at home to take care of Mom. I explained it to you when we talked about you moving in. Didn't you listen?
If that's the case, then Mac, you can come back to your parents' house, okay? If you do the housework, I'll make a special exception and let you stay with us. Isn't that a good deal for you too?
What? Why all of a sudden?
Because you're unemployed and have no income. No matter how good you are at housework, it's hard to live alone, isn't it?
What? I'm working.
What? I heard that you have been living at home since you graduated from high school. I know because when I came over during the day, you were home on the weekday. And there were times when you were sleeping like a baby. You live on your late father's inheritance, don't you?
I worked for a company that has night shifts. So sometimes I'm home during the day, depend on the day, that's all. And you say that's inheritance, but there's not much left.
What? But your father was a big man at the company, right? Didn't he save a lot of money?
After he got very sick, he was in and out of the hospital a lot, so he had a lot of expenses. That's why I started working instead of going to college.
Oh, I see. I understand. So, when are you coming back to your parents' house?
What are you talking about? I'm not going back.
What? Why? Does it mean I have to do the housework then?
That's what you promised from the beginning.
That was just a figure of speech.
Ivy, that's enough. I understand.
So, you'll come back then?
I'll take Mother in.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I rented a handicap-accessible apartment for when Mom comes to visit. It's an apartment, but there's an elevator, so even with her limp, she will have no problem.
Wait a minute.
It's a good thing I rented a big place.
But I'll have to talk to Sam first. Don't get ahead of yourself, okay? Sam wouldn't be okay with you taking your mother in on such short notice, right? So let's calm down and talk about it later, okay?
I already talked to Sam.
Even though he's on a business trip?
He's probably checked into his hotel by now, so I sent him a screen cap of this text message, and he said yes on the spot.
What are you doing?
Also, I contacted my mom.
What?
Ivy, I heard that you have been complaining a lot about the fact that my mother doesn't do much housework. Even though you knew about her limp, you told her to stop making excuses and stop slacking off. She says she was doing her best, but she couldn't take it anymore. You said you couldn't stand it when my mom bullied you, but it was you who bullied her. You really are awful.
Mac, please don't just believe your mother's stories.
Mom recorded your outburst.
Huh?
I had to listen to it over the phone. You've got a great screeching voice. I got an earache just listening to it for a minute. Okay, I'm taking Mom with me.
What? What do you mean you're taking her?
I'm glad you didn't notice my mom leaving.
Huh? What?
While we're texting, I told her to hurry up and get everything she needs. She left from the kitchen door, and I picked her up in a taxi.
You're not lying. She's gone. What are you thinking? I have no one to do the housework.
Mom is not a housekeeper. If you want the housework done, do it yourself. Ivy, I'm gonna ask you to get out of there soon.
Huh? Why do we have to leave when we have a house to live in? If your mom wants to leave, fine be it. Sam and I will live here, just the two of us.
The house is rented in my name, so you can't live there unless I renew the lease.
What? You don't own the house?
I explained that too, but you didn't listen. I have less than 6 months until the next renewal. You'd better be ready to move out by then. Well then, I'll see you later. I reported all this to Sam, who's Ivy's husband and my brother. Sam was fed up with Ivy's selfish attempts to stay in the rented house, which had been his parents' former home. Sam quickly rented an apartment near mine, started living separately from Ivy. He managed to finalize the divorce before lease expired. After all, Ivy just wanted to get a house and housekeeper for free and make her life easier. Well, she failed spectacularly. After that, she went back to her parents' house, but her parents, who heard about her story from Sam, made her live in an apartment right in front of their house without any support. And, with supervision, they're in a process of straightening her out.
Hello, are you Aubrey? Yes, I am. Nice to meet you. I'm Anna from Sean's work. You're Sean's wife, right? Yes, Sean's my husband. How can I help you, Miss Anna? Help? I need that actually. I'm Sean's true love. Oh, true love. As you know, Sean's my husband. I think you're what people generally call a mistress, not a true love. That's wrong. I'm your husband's true love, not a mistress. Oh, I see. So, what do you want, Miss True Love? Of course, it's obvious. I want you to divorce Sean and leave us alone. You're a trouble for both Sean and I. What? Why am I your trouble? Because you're in the way. Sean wants to marry me, but he can't. You're in the way. Do you understand, old lady? I see. Besides, I'm pregnant. It's Sean's baby. Really? I'm 6 months pregnant. If you don't divorce Sean, I will be a single mom. My baby and I need Sean. So please leave me as soon as possible. Sean is a CEO. He has a big apartment and expensive car. A young and beautiful woman like me is perfect for him. Please free Sean. I see your point. If you're pregnant, there's nothing I can do. I'll have a little talk with Sean. Can you give me a minute? Sure. If you're talking about your divorce, please do it quickly. Sean, Anna texted me. She said she's pregnant with your child. What? Wait a minute. Why? Is she pretty young? How old is she? I don't know. I think she's 23 or something. She's younger than your daughter. I can't believe you're having an affair with a girl the same age as your kid. That's crazy. Remember how you got down on your knees and apologized you would never cheat again? Kind of. It's been a long time. Do you think I forgot about all those? We agreed we'd divorce if this ever happened again. Well, it's just... I'm really sorry. Divorce is not a good idea. You're right. You're the CEO. Getting a divorce because you cheated on a young girl does not give people a good impression. That would ruin your credibility. The chairman of your biggest client hates that kind of dishonesty. If he finds out, it could be the end of your career. You're right. That's why we can't get a divorce. Huh? Then what are you going to do with the baby? 6 months? You know what that means? Well, just give her child support? What do you think? I don't know. I'm so tired. She's pregnant. Marry her. Divorce me. What? No. Well, I'll give you an amicable divorce on one condition. What? You don't want the public to know you cheated, right? We call it an amicable divorce. Then why don't you get married before the baby's born? No alimony, just a share of the property. How about that? What? Really? You divorce me on those terms? That's no advantage for you. There's the benefit of getting rid of the cheating husband. I'm sick of this. Our kids are all grown up. We can break up now. We're done. Let's just pack up our stuff and be all done. Are you serious? Are you sure? No, wait. What about the condition? Not a bad one, right? Nope, just one condition. Don't contact Anna until a divorce is finalized. What? That's it? That's all it takes to get a divorce? If you want to hide your affair, it's better to leave as little evidence as possible. After the divorce, you can do whatever you want. So, what are you going to do? Are you getting a divorce or not? Yes, I'm getting a divorce. I'm sorry for cheating on you. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I hope you will have a good life from now on. Let's just get out of here and be happy, okay? Okay. Please get a divorce paper from the courthouse. We can work on that after you get home. Okay. Hello, Miss Anna. Hi, finally. I got tired of waiting. So, when are you going to divorce? Before that, let me ask you something. Do you know that you committed adultery? I mean, you had an affair with a man who has a wife. I know that, but I could not help it. The man I fell in love with happened to have a wife. I don't care about your views on love, but you caused our divorce. I want you to understand we need an agreement. An agreement? Does that mean I have to pay? You're smarter than I thought. You know what alimony is. That's an agreement. Well then, how about $60,000? $60,000? That's a big offer. I don't know about the average. I think it's about that much. I don't know. I feel bad for an old lady because you spend the rest of your life in misery. I'll pay you $60,000. You can get divorced as soon as possible. You're a very generous young lady. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure about $60,000? I'm sure I'll be fine. Sean is the CEO. Isn't that a small price to pay? The power of love between Sean and me is worth more than $1 million. Ah, I see. Well, if you're okay with that, I don't mind. Of course, you'll pay it once, right? You don't want to think about me every time you pay, right? Of course not. After the divorce, you're never to see me again. Then pay me as soon as possible. I'll send you a settlement agreement stating that. Can you just sign it and send it back? Then I'll divorce him right away. Okay, I'll do that right away. So please leave right away. Yes. I received the settlement yesterday. I've filed for divorce. Sean and I are officially divorced. Yay! Finally! The rich husband and the apartment are mine. Congratulations! You can do whatever you want now. Thank you very much. Aubrey, you're going to have a tough time from now on. You are no longer a wife of a CEO. Please spend the alimony carefully. Oh, speaking of alimony, I have a question, may I? What? A question? Sure. I'll answer any questions you have. I feel bad for you, an old lady. Okay, thank you. Let me ask you something. How are you going to pay $60,000 alimony? You said you pay with the power of true love. He's broke, you know. What? Sean doesn't have any savings. And you don't look rich. I just wondered what you would do. What? What's that? That's not true. He has such a big house and expensive car. If it comes to it, we can just sell those. The car and the house are mine. They're not Sean's. So you can't sell them. What? He's cheated on me 4 times. And every time he cheated on me, he gave me his property. What? He's cheated 4 times before? Maybe you didn't know? Well, that's not something he'd tell you. I've had 4 other women just like you come at me. You know, the ones he's having affairs with. What? You're kidding. He said it was just me. The last girl apologized and broke up with him when I mentioned alimony. One found out he had no money, she left him. Or she woke up when I told her about his age. They were also in their 20s. They didn't want to stick with a broke old man in his 50s. It's not worth it. Wait a minute. What do you mean he doesn't have any money? So, he's cheated on me 4 times before you, right? He gave me all his money as alimony for cheating on me. The first time, he gave me all his savings from when he was single. The second time, he sold his watches. With the third, he gave me the car and our savings. With the fourth, he put the house in my name. He's responsible for the mortgage, though. When he divorced me, he had nothing left. Just his monthly income with house and car payments. He's a vain and spendthrift person. He has no savings. What? What? You're kidding. It's true. The savings he gave me for the third affair, I made it by deducting it from his monthly salary. After I got it as alimony, he never saved money again. He doesn't know anything about saving money. Huh? Then how do I pay you $60,000? Sean was supposed to cover that? I'm the one asking how you're going to pay. I don't accept installments or anything like that. You have to pay it all, even if you have to borrow money. By the time your baby is in middle school, he'll be retired. When your kid is grown, he'll be nearly 70 years old. Who would pay $60,000 for an old man like that? Impossible! I can't! I don't want him. I'll return him. It's not returnable. I'll wait for your payment. Bye. Hey, Aubrey, what did you say to Anna? Did you say something about money? What do you mean? I only talked about the alimony. She'll pay $60,000. Actually, she said you will pay. I told her you had no house, car, or savings. That's all. What? No house, no car? You're saying that too? You gave those to me as compensation for your last affair. Did you forget that? We've transferred ownership of the house and the car. Did you think they were still yours? Oh. You really have your brain in your lower half. Do you know why I decided to divorce you? Because there's nothing left to squeeze out of you. No. Wait a minute, Aubrey. Let's talk. Let's talk it over. There's nothing to talk about. We're divorced. We're strangers. You're marrying her, aren't you? No, seriously. Wait, $60,000? That's impossible. She said she'd pay it. So don't tell me what to do. Why? Why did you have to? I don't know what you're talking about. Well, just pay the alimony. I'm moving out soon. May and her husband and friends have invited me to live with them. So I'm getting rid of the house and the car. I'm going there. What? Friends? What husband? When did May get married? You have no idea. You were busy having an affair when May was studying in France. She didn't invite you to her wedding. She said, he's not my father. By the way, Justin and his wife are having a baby soon. Did you know that? Oh my God. You deserved it. Well, good luck with the next one. Okay, bye-bye. After that, Sean contacted me several times, asking me to talk to him. I blocked him and refused to receive any phone calls or incoming calls. I sold my house and car and moved to a hotel. Sean and Anna had a big dispute about alimony. Sean was reluctant to get married and wanted to break up with her to save money. Anna was furious and stormed at their work and revealed all about the affair. People talked about it behind their backs, and Sean's major clients terminated their contracts. The problem got much more extensive than they thought. They're having a baby soon. How are they going to settle up? I don't know, and I don't care. I moved to France as planned. I started my new life with my daughter and her husband. I have a lot of money, and I'm enjoying my life.
Thank you for watching. Please rate the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.